November 20, 1886. San Jose Daily News, San Jose, California. The Czarina of Russia. Marie Fyodorovna, the daughter of the King of Denmark. The Czarina of Russia, Marie Fyodorovna, formerly Mary Sophia Frederica Dagmar, is the daughter of Christian IX and Queen Louise of Denmark. She was married to Alexander III, Emperor and autocrat of all the Russias, in the year 1866. Her father, Christian IX, in seeking this alliance for his daughter, Marie Fyodorovna, knew that he was securing her the position of reigning over the largest empire in the world, European Russia alone composing a vast area, without taking in Asiatic Russia, which itself comprises several immense domains and provinces, including Siberia. 3 children have been the result of this marriage between Alexander and the Empress, all of them being sons. The Grand Duke Nicholas Alexandrovich, who was born on May 18, 1868, is heir apparent to the crown and throne. He is in very delicate health, and fears are entertained as to his ever living to become the successor to the throne. The cancer-like evil of nihilism, which permeates all Russia, has made the union of the Empress with Alexander not one of the most desirable for the peace and happiness of the daughter of a king whose subjects are peaceably inclined, for her life is spent in fear and dread of the Damocles sword, which ever hangs over the reigning power of Russian subjects. In this instance, it may be said that uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. October 28, 1912. Gettysburg Times, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Women fight for a throne. With Czarevich ill, they engage in intrigue. Each plot for her son. Dowager Czarina and Grand Duchess Vladimir direct rival camps to control succession if young heir dies. St. Petersburg, October 28th. While the little Czarevich lies ill and mysterious rumors and alarms concerning his condition spread like wildfire, the 2 most powerful women in Europe are quietly but skillfully marshaling their forces to control the succession in case he should die. They are the Tsar's mother, whose second son, Grand Duke Michael, naturally would become the heir apparent if the Tsar's little son should die, and Grand Duchess Vladimir, the Tsar's aunt by marriage, whose eldest son, Grand Duke Cyril, would become the heir apparent if the Tsar's brother were out of the way. Both women are as astute in the manipulation of their forces as any diplomat in Europe. Their political organizations could be studied with profit, even by a Tammany boss. Both work in the greatest secrecy. The continued presence of the Tsar at the Vladimir Palace indicates that he still remains under the influence of his fascinating and wily aunt, and that he would not be reluctant to relinquish his rights to the succession in favor of his cousin, Grand Duke Cyril. Michael is now 34 years old and has steadily refused to make a royal marriage. His mother kept him in leading strings for years after he grew to manhood and would not allow him a separate palace and household, such as his rank entitled him to have, even as a bachelor. It was only after numerous fruitless attempts to get him properly married that his mother and the Tsar discovered his unofficial household in the vicinity of St. Petersburg, presided over by a beautiful woman much his senior, remarkably intelligent and accomplished, and an intimate member of Grand Duchess Vladimir's political party. There are a number of people at the Russian court who have heard Grand Duke Michael say in the past few years that he would never accept the Russian crown. This determination is partly due to his naturally democratic character, for he has been nicknamed the plebeian by his family ever since he was a little boy. But the woman who holds sway over his heart has used every weapon at her command to make him ideally happy away from court, while Duchess Vladimir has never ceased to adroitly involve him in some disagreeable duty connected with the throne, so as to intensify his aversion to accepting the crown. His cousin, Grand Duke Cyril, who is next in line of succession, is 36 years old, the eldest son of the late Grand Duke Vladimir. He married his first cousin, the daughter of the Grand Duke of Edinburgh, but with a mother who was a Russian Grand Duchess. The two cousins were childhood lovers, but the Duke of Edinburgh, influenced by his mother, old Queen Victoria, made a match between his daughter and the Grand Duke of Hesse, brother of the young Czarina. The two were finally divorced, and then the girl eloped and married her Russian cousin. They have 2 children, both girls. They are both handsome, full of energy and good spirits, popular with the Russian people, intelligent enough to let the Grand Duchess Vladimir lead their cause in fighting against the Dowager Czarina for the Russian crown. December 7, 1917, Hedges Herald, Hedgesville, Montana. Bolsheviki will inform allies of negotiations. Proceedings with Germany will be wirelessed to all countries to judge for themselves. London, December 3rd. A dispatch to the Daily Mail from Petrograd says that Leon Trotsky, the Bolsheviki foreign minister, addressing the Petrograd Workmen's Council Friday, announced Austria-Hungary's acceptance of the Bolsheviki offer of an armistice. He said that Russian delegates would attend Sunday's conference at German headquarters, but nevertheless they would be on their guard against contingencies. In no case, Trotsky is quoted as saying, shall we allow a wrong interpretation of our principles for a general peace. We shall confront our enemies with questions which will admit of no ambiguous answers. Every word spoken by us, or by them, will be written down and sent by wireless to all nations who would be the judge of our negotiations. Our allies and enemies must learn once and for all, Trotsky continued, that the Tsars, the Kerenskys, and the Milyakovs have passed, and that every Russian citizen is under the protection of the Russian Revolutionary State Authority. December 15, 1917, Spokane Daily Chronicle, Spokane, Washington. Former Tsar has escaped. Petrograd, December 16. Former Emperor Nicholas of Russia has escaped from his confinement at Tobolsk, according to advices received today at the Smolny Institute, the Bolsheviki headquarters. A special train manned by sailors has been dispatched from Petrograd for the pursuit of the former emperor.